So with the success of the Black Panther, I don't think you can discount any single studio out there anymore from wanting to try to at least mimic the Marvel formula or at least work with them in some way. Now, of course, in the past in the MCU, we already know a few different studios have worked with them. Of course, Universal with the Hulk, and of course, Sony with Spider-Man. And I don't think it, needs to be mentioned that Spider-Man pretty much had its, well, among fans anyway, best movie ever, and when it comes to the box office, it certainly passed most of the Spider-Man movies, so it's a huge success. Now, on the Hulk front, that was an interesting time, and that's before the MCU ever got big. Now, of course, in the past, Sony has tried to work with Marvel before. That thing kind of went crazy. We know Paramount was involved with the early Marvel Studios stuff, and of course, we know that Universal with the Hulk, the things that happened there were more or less on the actors and directors' part, and then Universal didn't want any part of it. And it's before the MCU was the MCU we knew. When it came to a studio like Fox, this is where things got interesting, because Marvel wanted to work with Fox to try to get the X-Men in there, but of course, Fox never really responded back and didn't want any of that. Now that the X-Men are on the way, they're going to be coming home, Fantastic Four, all that, well, things are about to change. But there's been recent rumblings that another studio which owns a Marvel character has shown interest in working with Disney. Now, honestly, I don't know who this could be, but if you ask me, there's only two possibilities. Well, I'll say three, I guess. First one being the obvious one, Fox. They want to start off right off the bat, try to tie in any of the upcoming stuff they can, kind of drop a little bit of hint and, here and there somewheres, maybe a little bit of a connective tissue, so when it happens, there's already some groundwork laid out. Sony could be another big possibility. Sony working with them, that's already happened. Maybe that's why they scrapped Silver and Black. Maybe they want to just focus everything into the MCU and go, screw it, whatever happens with Venom happens, we'll go full on, just spearhead everything into the MCU. Of course, then there's a few other ones. Could also be the Hulk. Hulk is Universal still, so maybe Universal wants another Hulk movie. Maybe Kevin Feige has convinced them, hey, let's do it. Hulk will be pretty big. That could be a possibility. Reach some sort of agreement with, sharing characters between the movies. Okay, Hulk movie can have two other MCU characters or something, like they did with Spider-Man. And then there's also the possibility maybe Universal, who holds the last remaining rights of Namor, wants Namor. Maybe we get Namor as some sort of character in another movie, and then he spins off into his own solo film. Maybe Kevin Feige has convinced them of that. Wherever this rumor is pointing to, and if it's true, I think it could be rather interesting, because if you get another studio working on an MCU movie, that would certainly expand our portfolio. And when you think about it, there's so many directions and characters you could still use that aren't owned by Marvel Studios that I think there's definitely a big need for it amongst fans anyway.